That's
go
pretty
from there.
easy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm born and raised in Fresno.
Okay.
So, in fact, sometimes we jokingly say I'm Cedar Avenue educated because I went to Cowell Elementary off Cedar Jensen, Sequoia Middle School on Cedar and just south of Butler, Roosevelt High School, and then Fresno State. It took me a while to get through college, right? So I was working and take classes. So eventually, once I got close to doing student teaching, and I started at Edison High School.
Okay.
And I was a basketball coach, boys basketball at Edison for a few years. Then I got to go teach at Roosevelt. I was the head boys basketball coach and history teacher at the school I went to. So that was pretty cool. And then this school opened up, and so I got to move here when we opened up in 1999.
Okay.
So I was a part of the school for the first 6 years, and we built a really positive culture that still exists today.
Yeah.
Then I went to work for our district. This is the coolest job of all. I was a coordinator of campus culture. So I helped schools develop a positive campus culture using data and making really strategic plans and helping folks recognize that culture doesn't just happen. There are specific things that make it a bad culture. So there are specific things we can do to make it a positive culture.
Right.
That was a great job. I did that for 5 years. Then I was principal at Awani Middle School on the other side of town. And then principal retired from here a few years ago, and I got to move back. I think one thing we've begun to finally recognize in education is that the culture and how we interact and relationships have everything to do with learning. It used to be that we thought, really, that's a nice thing that kids like being after school, but let's make sure they're getting test scores, right? And now, as a district, we completely understand that it's relationships and sense of safety on your campus, etc., that leads to learning. You got to have them hand in hand. Kind of one of those Maslow's things, right, about safety. So, absolutely, all the time. That's a major priority. They go together. So, instruction in classroom is just as important as culture on campus. So if you walked our campus right now, we just got done with lunch. There's 3,000 kids here. You'd get a ton of hellos and how are you? Did you need some help? Can I help you with that? Because that's important to us. As adults, we model that all the time. So kids do it too. Our campus has a very positive impact on the sense of neighborhood. We've done a lot recently to create a Sunnyside region and really worked really well, or really hard, I should say, to coordinate partnerships with our elementary schools and our middle schools so that this area begins to have a sense of community and identity around our high school. So how does that happen? Well, our kids are out performing there, our choirs and at elementary schools, our band is performing at various things around the community. So folks begin to identify with it. So I think that's a big piece. Middle schools or high schools are clearly focused on a common goal. Okay? And we say that every student in the Sunnyside region will complete high school on time. And of those receiving a diploma, 100% are going to be A to G, UC, Cal State requirement ready. So we're working to make sure all our kids graduate A to G ready. So we've gone from about 30% 3 years ago to 55% this year, and we're going to keep moving
until you get to 100.
Yeah, and we're going to do it. We are very proud of this. The last 4 years, this high school has the most students enrolled at Fresno State. And that's just Fresno State, so our kids go to UC campuses and East Coast and privates and all over the place. But just as a local resource in Fresno State, like this year we have 210 kids that are enrolled at Fresno State out of a graduating class of 678. So that's pretty darn good, right? So that's a big sense of pride for us. So we say we're the high school that has the most students enrolled at Fresno State. So that actually means we're the Valley leader, which means we're probably the state leader, which means we're the national, which means we are the worldwide leader in students enrolling at Fresno State. So that's our little joke too. Oh yeah, every day. Every day is a great surprise. I mean, there are there are a ton of positive things that happen every day if I'm looking for them, right? I guess on any given day, here's what I would be. It never ceases to amaze me. How many kids just say hello? You know, good morning, or open a door for somebody. I can't tell you how many times visitors come back through and they go, you know, I just want to tell you this young man, open the door for me. It's another young lady grabbed the box that I had, and I'm like, wow, you know. Then they'll ask, why is that? Because it's not like that at a lot of other schools. And then I always tell them, go look at the adults. Tell me what they're doing. They're saying hello.
Yeah.
They're helping people.